On your mark.
Jalapeno, 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 jalapeno.
The time point for 4 minutes.
Well, hello, welcome in. Thank you for stopping by. Now,
You like what you see, huh? You got the good taste.
Balint, 19 months. You're a streaker for 19 months, apparently. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Okay, so the observant among you might notice, firstly, I don't have any lights on at the moment.
I'm not trying to say that. The whole bloody ship is.
It's the wild tasking that freaks me. I mean, when you try and operate one of these weird black controls which are labelled in black on a black background, a small black light lights up black to let you know you've done it. What is this? Some kind of intergalactic hyper...
What is this? It's a Tubby Crumbles. Welcome in, Chris. Good to see you. Now, the observant among you will say, hang on a minute, it looks a bit darker today. And it is a bit darker because I have not turned the lights on. I wasn't sure if it was necessary. It's fairly bright outside today. I could put the ring light on, which will kind of do this. But does that make me look a bit like Casper? I feel quite white at this point. Well, okay. Well, let's put the other one on as well. I don't like how I look in the light, which kind of, I suppose... Oh, wait. The USB hub has died. What? Okay. Well, we're not going for the neon light today because it's plugged into my USB hub, which is deaded. So I guess we'll find out what else is plugged into that no longer works. Okay. So yeah, I'll look a bit like Casper today. I thought I'd have a go at this as well. I'm not sure how clear the camera is, but there's kind of something, a bit of fuzz going on here and here, and so we'll see. We'll see how that works out. 1 lion and a party of 22? Come on in, Raiders. Thank you very much for bringing your community over. I did expect to spend a bit more time on your stream earlier, 1 lion, but Mondays generally are a little bit crazy for me, so yeah, I wasn't able to spend as much time there as I'd hoped. But tell me about your stream. Tell me how it went. Tell me if it wasn't the best opening stream.
Watch out for falling dogs.
What? Oh, I got some early food on the stream. Tell me about your stream, 1 line, because I wasn't able to catch it today apart from being a lurker. So tell me what went on. What lovely gloriousness did you code or create? Finally figured out the pub sub channel points redemption event. Wait, hang on a minute. You're doing something with channel points? What? What are you doing? You can't just tell me that. You can't just give me that little nugget and expect me to not ask follow-up questions. So, spill the beans. We've already had the hot dogs. Now we just need the beans. So give me the beans. So, yes, the observant among you might notice I still have a turkey on my head, and we've actually had Thanksgiving. And the reason is, not that I've been too lazy to swap hats, but I generally try to change hats on the 1st of each month. So on Friday, I will declare Christmas hat month open, but until then, Today and probably Wednesday's stream will be the turkey still. What turkey? Right? There's no turkey on my head. I mean, if there was a turkey on my head, it would be doing something like dancing, right? I mean, whenever do you see a dancing turkey? That is just insane talk right there. So, yeah, obviously no turkeys on this stream. It's a turkey-free stream. Exactly, Dukasoft. So, thank you. Alright, so that explains the hat. This is a little bit in my face. I just don't want to move it too far away because I don't want my voice to start breaking up. Alright, so what's going on today? What are we doing? We are still working on the pig makeover. So we are, some would argue we're putting lipstick on a pig. I'm not sure that's a very fair comment, but anyway, we have a pig, just no lipstick. However, I have a to-do list that I'm working through. We need to verify the redemptions based on time of year. So if you remember, we had some Halloween redemptions that were supposed to have disappeared when we got to the month of November, but they did not. So we need to check why. And then that will help us to also introduce any new Christmas redemptions we have on Friday. They should automatically appear, and it should hide any turkey redemptions. Do we have any turkey redemptions? I mean, we have the trigger keyword of turkey. I'm not sure we have any redemptions specifically for November, do we? No, we do not. Okay. Alright, so it might be interesting. We might have to create a fake redemption or just look at disabling one of the redemptions to test it.
Bit.ly the kid. $100,000 reward for his capture.
I can't hear you!
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Testing the baby. The baby is back. Cool off the dogs. No panic. The baby is back in town. Okay. Bit.ly the kid. Yes. Yes. Wait. No. I'm a boy. It doesn't say it's a boy at the top anymore, but I'm a boy, cow boy, Bit.ly the kid. Oh, we were talking about baby Alona, the cutest baby in the West, Midwest, America, the world stuff. Okay, not the virtual baby. Okay. So, yes, we need to...
Oh no, Bit.ly the kid escaped. No reward for you.
Well, sorry about the little technical hitch there. Apparently, VoiceMod decided to have a hiccup, and I needed to give it a bit of a virtual slap. Okay, so we're going to verify the redemptions based on the time of year. On the BRB screen, you might have noticed, I think I mentioned it on a previous stream, that the screen that used to be tapered is no longer tapered. So instead of it looking like it's going off into the distance, it's just a rectangle on the screen. So if we just have a quick look at that. So as much as I love Bubble Bubble, we have streaming to do, so we need to fix that. That's on the list. I need to implement the The Kotaku news stories were gone for a while, but they're back. GTA Vice City's weird moon Easter egg finally explained. Welcome in, TD. Good to see you. Yes, I still have that filter on that makes it look like I'm wearing a turkey. And this is like one of the best filters ever because look, it doesn't matter how fast I move my head, where I move it, the filter just stays active. It's insane. Okay, so what are we doing today? We're walking through the list. We are tapering the BRB TV screen. We are looking to implement a countdown function, and I'll be asking viewers, streamers who are in the viewer realm. I'll be asking viewers if they have any recommendations for a countdown. I did ask TD on his subathon stream, or on his stream, which countdown he uses, and he was using a subathon stream, which I have the link to. That's a great countdown timer. I don't know if it can be used as just a basic countdown timer, which I'm assuming it can. I haven't really looked into it too much, but that also allows you to do things like add redemptions so that the stream can be extended or the countdown can be incremented. Okie dokie, you got me some food, so we're going to add a channel redeem to play an archery game. I was struggling so much to get the redemption message from Twitch Lib. I only found out it was my deserialization of the message argument. Oh, okay. Interesting. So a while back, and regulars might remember this, I created a Twitch game which I think we trialed on one stream, and it wasn't a huge success. I needed to play around with it a bit, called Woofy, where you type woof in chat or exclamation point woof, and it puts a dog on the screen, and then the dogs end up going around chasing bones. It kind of mostly almost sort of worked, but it did need some offline updating. So maybe we'll have another stream where we look at fixing that again. But yes, thanks again for the raid, OneLine. Really appreciate that. And welcome in, everybody. I don't know if all of you are aware of me, but my name is BitGamey, aka Lee. Or as my name is Lee, aka BitGamey. One of those ways round makes more sense. I usually work on a game called Homeward Hound, but it's taken a bit of a back seat while we go ahead and do a stream update. So we've done things like replace the template, we've added some animations, a new chat box. We moved my ugly mug from up there in the old template to now down here, which obviously messed with some of the redemptions that I had that used the old position of the camera. Yeah, so we've added some new bits and pieces in. We're still working through it. Once I feel that I've got a solid template in place, then everything else will just be additions that we can put on at a later time. But we do kind of go down some rabbit holes sometimes, like hey, let's try a scrolling message, or let's put a countdown on. So it seems to be the in thing now to put a countdown on the starting screen, and I thought, well, it kind of probably makes sense for me because I try as close as I can to not keep you all waiting for longer than 10 minutes. So I thought, well, if I just do a 10-minute countdown on there, and then I think Nerdwino, maybe Irish John, I know they both have countdowns, and Balint, and also I believe OneLine has a countdown on the starting screens, and then when it hits 0, instead of just sitting there at 0, it says stream starting soon on some of those streams. So that's the kind of thing I'm looking for. So it's nothing fancy. All I need is something that can set a 10-minute countdown timer, and then when it hits 0 to say stream starting soon, and then that's it, just in case, you know, I'm busy nuking my coffee, or there's some other reason why I'm not sitting at my desk bang on 10 minutes when the stream is supposed to start. So yeah, one of the things we're looking at today, hopefully if we get to it, is implementing a countdown function. Possible new Christmas redemptions, possible resurrection of Dancing Santa that we had on a previous iteration of the stream. One line, yes, it has a timer, but it does just sit at 0 since I borrowed from a website, since I haven't created one in my bot yet, but I will. Okay, yeah, I mean, we could look at creating one from scratch, but I don't know. One of my pet peeves is reinventing the wheel, recreating the wheel, so if there's one that already exists that we can use, why not use it? Especially if it's just going to take a few clicks to implement. I don't know if TD is still here, but if he is, I don't know whether the countdown timer you use has the option to add a message at the end of the countdown. I mean, it probably won't say stream starting by default because I think it's a subathon one, isn't it? So it'll probably say stream ending when it reaches the end. I apologise, I reinvent the wheel often-ish under the guise of it seems like something fun to do. Yeah, and I'm all for that. I mean, you know, arguably game development for the most part is a lot of reinventing the wheel. You're recreating games that somebody has created before, especially if it's a hat tip or a clone of a certain game, and it's also a good way to learn. But I feel like I wouldn't learn anything by implementing one. I feel like in my head I already know how to do it, so instead of taking the time just to go through the motions, I think it might make sense just to implement one. So Dukasoft, I see you did the see you in court, but unless I was focused elsewhere, I don't remember seeing it on screen, so I'm hoping that worked. If not, it looks like I might have some refunds to do today. Okay, so possible Christmas redemptions and anticipation of December being on Friday, unless my calendar is mistaken. Yes, Friday. And another thing on the list is multiple cams. We mentioned it on a previous stream about having at least one more cam that we can activate, which will probably just fill the center of this screen for when I'm doing things like a Lego build that I have to do, which I'll still have somewhere the Darth Vader Lego mask that we'll be building on a stream at some point in the near future. It was, don't think I heard it though. Alright, so let me do that again. Pepperoni pizza, welcome in, good to see you. Alright, so let me just try that. I'll try it with the exact same text. And let's see if we have any sound on the see you in court.
Good dog.
Yes, we do. Okay. So it's not blowing your ears off, but it is audible. Okay, so that works. The fireworks, let me just try that again, because I don't know if I heard that. Okay, yeah, we have audio there too. Look at this today, stuff actually working. And I think that's the dropping dogs worked. And Bitly the kid worked. Okay. Alrighty, so we can go ahead and make a start on those things that we just listed. And also, I had a little asset win at the weekend. Might have been the music. Yeah, it could be. It's really difficult to normalize the sound levels. One of the things I am looking to introduce is, I believe the official term is audio ducking, where you reduce the volume of some things.
I told you to turn that thing off! It is too late and it's too loud!
What? Pepperoni, why are you making me go? You know, you'd be surprised how long 30 seconds lasts.
A few moments later.
a few moments later. Well, now you know. And this redeem came about.
Don't shoot your friends on this level.
Don't shoot your friends on this level. Thank you, Dukasoft. Yeah, it came about because somebody didn't like the baby voice on what was Such a Baby and was renamed to Bitly the Kid. I didn't like the baby voice, and so they said I should have a redemption where you can turn off the microphone. So I thought, well...
Wanted, Bitly the Kid. $100,000 reward for his capture.
Right on cue. Thank you, Dukasoft. So, yeah, somebody didn't like this voice and said that it was so annoying that they would like a redemption where they could mute the microphone. So I thought, well, rather than just turn the microphone off, let's think a bit outside the box. And it was inspired by a redemption on Terrier Dart's stream where he has a turn down the brightness. So I thought, well, let's just have it look like a telly where you can turn down the volume. So, yeah, I put that in place, which I think works not too badly. So what I was saying before somebody turned back the clock, was that we are going to possibly look at something where we can do audio ducking.
A few moments later. A few moments later.
Uh-oh. Something's going a bit bananas. And I'm trying to find it with no glasses on because babies don't wear glasses. We're having lots of a few moments later, and I know where they might be coming from. I just need
Oh
to...
no, Bitly the Kid escaped. No reward for you.
No reward for you, Dukasoft. Okay, so I'm doing some testing on some other things I'm working on, and the sound alert to let me know that it ran is a few moments later. And so obviously, you know, I didn't anticipate them running while I was on stream, and there we go. I think we should be good now. Have a quick look. Yep, okay, that's exactly what it was. Okay, let's have some dancing chickens. Brilliant, that's fine. And some more fireworks and more hype. We're getting 2 for the price of 1 today. So much pig ham. Yes, and there is the pig. Thank you, Pepperoni. I like to keep things interesting if I can because, you know, for the most part, and I know some of you will find this hard to believe, game development is a bit boring. Yeah, I know. Shh. Let's keep it between ourselves. But game development itself, if I just came on here with no redemptions, nothing at all, and I just said, okay, today we're going to do some collision detection, and then I sat there and all you see is a screen full of code, and then I jumped back to the game. Oh no, that didn't work, it still went through the object. Let's go back and do some more collision detection. Okay, yeah, that's working now. Right, let's, oh no, look, I've got an error. Let's go and look at the error. It's boring. So, you know, I'm not saying that all game development streams are boring, because most people that have game development streams, and all the people that have game development streams that are in my circle, make it more interesting with redemptions. And because, you know, They don't just sit there and code and code and code and code. So, you know, you go on One Line Stream and he has sound redemptions and he has fun stuff you can do. You go on to Irish John Games and he has visual things and audio things, as do, you know, all the coding streams. Bardaki has fun stuff that you can do on his stream. So, woosah! Welcome in. So yeah, I try and throw a bit that's interesting in there, and if anybody thinks of something and thinks that would be really funny if we could do this to the streamer, or you know, if we could make this happen, then let me know. I'm fairly creative and usually I can make it happen in some form or another, so I'm always looking for ideas. Especially, oh look, it was a bit dark in here, but Woos has turned the lights on, thank you. So now we have some animated fairy lights dotted around and a glowing lamp next to my head. Thank you, Woosa. Let there be light, and there was light. Okay, so yeah, if anybody has any ideas for seasonal redemptions, and that was obviously one of the things that is on my list today, create new Christmas redemptions. Can Dancing Santa be salvaged? So we had a Dancing Santa on a previous stream that we'll see if we can maybe bring back for December. We'll give that a bit of a test. Yeah, what I was saying earlier, there's a lot of squirrel moments here, is that I had a bit of an asset win at the weekend. And it was on the Messy Coder stream. So if one of the mods could do a fancy pants shout out for the Messy Coder as one word, I'd appreciate it. The Messy Coder is, funnily enough, a coder, but he also does a lot of game dev interviews as well. And when he does the interviews of asset developers, he usually gets a code out of them. Not quite, Woosa, no. Close, but no cigar. And I won an asset from one of the developers.
Let it snow, let it snow.
So SO is not working. Does the fancy pants one not work either? I have to wait 2 seconds. Ah, that's why.
Don't buy this pack. You think that you'll be buying this pack to make a Wild West game? Oh, this is what I need to make a Wild West. I bought this full price. Regretted. Nothing but problems with the shaders. Oh, that's freaky.
So that's one of the things we need to do. Either
talking about Maxi,
pause the music or turn the volume down. Turn the volume down on the music when the SO command is used and it pulls in a clip. So let me add that to the list as well. He's under the recent sound
A man
down.
is washing the car with his son. The son asks, "Dad, can't you just use a sponge?"
Why do I feel like this was on One Line Stream earlier and it became a whole thing? This exact, well, I use joke in the loosest sense of the word, but yeah, what's more funny than the joke is that it was actually on One Line Stream earlier and got into quite the discussion about it. Yes. Anyway, thank you, Nerdwino, for that redemption. Dang it, you were doing it. Sorry, Balint, I didn't mean to tread on your toes. I didn't realise we were still on cooldown from a previous one. I really need to get that SO command working again, where it adds the fancy pants ones to the queue. It worked for about 5 minutes and then it stopped working. I bet your dad joke's going to be doing corn jokes next. Yes. Well, at the moment we have the automated dad jokes, which Nerdwino just took advantage of, and of course the...
Today, my son asked, "Can I have a bookmark?" And I burst into tears. 11 years old and he still doesn't know my name is Brian.
5 entire minutes. That's 4 minutes longer than most of my code. Ooh, okay. Well, this Dad Jokes book, courtesy of Travel the World, that she bought for me, is now one of the redemptions. So if anybody wants to have a really bad dad joke that they probably haven't heard before, at least not on streams, then let me know. That says the good. Yes, there are hundreds upon hundreds of jokes in this book, and I think one might be good. That's why they can put that on the cover. But I have yet to find it. So, you know, we try. Oh, Duke us off straight in with the Dad Jokes book redemption. Page 142. Let's have a look. I actually don't remember which number this book goes up to, so I'm just waiting for the day that someone does the redemption and they put a number in higher than it says, and then I'm looking for it going, alright, page 308. Wait, what? Hang on. And then there's not one, but thank you for keeping your number within range, Dukesoft. If it's a good joke, then it's not really a dad joke. Well, you know the phrase, you know, it's so bad it's good? Maybe that. But anyway, look, Nerdwino, look, it's a pencil. This pencil forms part of my redemption because I put a little tick next to the jokes that I do. It is a blunt pencil, you're right, it needs sharpening. I do have a whole pen pot here that has other pens and pencils in, so, you know, I have spares if needed. You know where you can How rude! How very rude, Nerdwino. I try to help other streamers by making recommendations, and they tell me where I can shove my pencil. That is just charming. Okay, so back to the redemption, page 142. Oh, you better make yourselves comfortable. I don't know if you have a nice cup of cold coffee like I do here in my Irish John Games mug. It's barely warm. Anyway, but this one is a few lines long, but I'll get through it in seconds. So here we go. Are we ready? I'm putting a check next to it, a tick right now. Here we go. A man gets into a parked taxi cab. He taps the driver on the shoulder to tell the driver the address he's going to. The driver screams. After composing himself, the driver says, "Don't ever do that again. You scared the daylights out of me." The passenger Mug refund, right? Supposed to keep it hot. The passenger apologises. "I'm so sorry, but didn't you know I was going to get in and tell you where to go?" The driver replies, get ready for this, "It's not your fault. Today is my first day as a cab driver. I've been driving a hearse for the last 25 years. So usually his passengers are dead. That's why he screamed. Because, yeah. Anyway. Yeah, I told you they weren't good. I mean, you know, you think you've heard bad dad jokes before? Buckle up. You ain't heard nothing yet. So, yeah, anybody else wants to subject themselves to something that dreadful or maybe even worse, you know where the redemption is. Does set a new height, and I don't think it would take much hurdling at that height, would it? Okay. Alright, so the first thing we're going to look at, in fact, let's change the order of things here. Let's switch it up. BRB TV not tapered. Alright, so let me go and warm this coffee up, because sitting here with a cold coffee is a little bit depressing when I'm not going to drink cold coffee. There is more than one joke per page, and also some of the pages don't have jokes. They're just like filler pages and have pictures and things. So yeah, if somebody picks a picture page, I will have to ask them to pick a page either side. I don't think there's too many of those, but you know how it goes. Just my luck. So the first thing we're going to do is the BRB TV is not tapered anymore. We need to work on that. So as a nice segue, I'm going to put the BRB screen on while I grab another coffee, and then we'll come back and take a look at the TV that's not tapered going into the distance like it should be. I will be right back.
Hey, does anybody want coffee?
Ghosts and Goblins, yes, definitely a burst of nostalgia. The BRB screen is made up of 15 retro arcade games that are my favourites from... Actually, that reminds me, I don't think we put the credit back in there, did we? So we created a bit.ly shortcut URL. Exactly one line. But we haven't put it on the new screen yet, but there is a YouTube user called Media Pool that has a lot of retro playthroughs. Let me see if I can get the bit.ly link so you can check out what they do. Is it Media? Yeah, Media Pool. Okay, so thank you for my subscription to Bardaki's channel, my gift sub, Berlin. I've just seen that in notifications. Appreciate that. Bit.ly link sounds kind of sketchy. I know, right? Like Bit.ly the kid. So this is the URL. We will jump across to show browser. Okay, so we will try the Bit.ly shortcut in here. That links to Media Pool, who I guess used to be called Doctor Who something something. And walk through mostly vintage games, 80s to 90s. So when you look through here, I think what I looked for was arcade playthrough. I mean, it helps if you can spell, obviously. Search for arcade playthrough, and then if you scroll down, like this is the link to the Ghosts and Goblins one. And then all I did, rather than linking to the YouTube video, is I downloaded the video and then just cropped it, normalized the volume, and so made them all be very similar. But some of these games I don't even remember. I don't know if some were US only, maybe. I mean, this says in Japan and Europe and in North America. I'm not sure I remember a game called Vigilante. Gauntlet, yes. Spy Hunter, yes. Gladiator, I don't remember a Gladiator game. 1942 we have. Gauntlet 2. Sky Shark. I don't know if anybody remembers any of these. Moon Patrol. Mutant Fighter. So I worked through these and got ones that I was familiar with, like Rampage, that I had fond memories of. Arkanoid, one of my favourites, and they're the ones that I put on the BRB screen. Okay, so what I tried to do, the funny thing was, when I was on the BRB screen, I dragged in the microphone and then I started chatting away like you could hear me, and you couldn't hear me. Why did we suddenly get a random burst of fireworks? Okay. Anyway, and then I realised that I had something set up that on the BRB screen, it mutes the microphone automatically. So if I forget to press the button when I go to BRB, it does it automatically anyway. So yeah, I was happily chatting away there thinking you could hear me after I dragged the mic in, and the mic was automatically muted, so I was just chatting to myself, which, yeah. Anyway, what we might have to do is manually, I'll drag the microphone in again and then manually unmute it so that you can hear me. So it'll be like when we work on the other screens aside from this main screen. You won't see me, but you will be able to hear me. But it should also disable any redemptions that would normally rely on the camera being on screen. Okay, so I'm just going to do a fancy pants shout out for one of my besto friendos, Mr. Science Streams, not least because he just gave me a gift sub to Bardaki's channel. So we'll do a fancy pants shout out for Blint. And I'm sure nobody sees a heart at the top of the chat, do they? Nope, that's because you're already following him. See? And what we can also do, since we don't have, we're not able to do another fancy shants pout out. Words are hard today. Fancy pants shout out to Bardaki. We will do. In fact, we have a Bardaki command. It might just be Bardy. Let's try it. Nope, it is the full Bardaki. Sometimes I abbreviate them. This instance, I didn't. Okay, so Bardaki. If you're not aware of Bardaki, he is another game developer working on an RTS game called The Unwanted War. Recently got himself onto the Steam store, and so right now, as the text says, you can go and wishlist his game if you didn't already. But you probably did already because it's a great game. He's a great guy, and you know, we want to support the friendos. Okay. Now, first problem I'm going to have, don't call it a problem, it's not a problem. The first challenge is to try and remember what we used to taper the screen. What I believe happened is we had it all set up nicely, the screen was tapered, it was all a-okay, and then I updated the OBS. What do you even call it? OBS function? OBS mod? OBS extension? Anyway, the OBS thingy that does the tapering, and I think it just reset everything, so now we have no tapered TV. So here we go, we're going to go back to the BRB. You won't see my lovely face for a moment, but after a few seconds after I drag the microphone in and unmute it, you should be able to hear me at least. Okay, can you hear me? Can anybody hear me? Is anybody out there? Or is it just me talking to myself? Because if I'm just talking to myself, it might make this a bit challenging as to whether this microphone is testing. Ah, there we go! Yes! Fantastic. Thank you. Alrighty, so you can hear me at least. Okay, so let's just turn off the music for now so we can listen to the lovely game music. I promise you this is random. Quite how we've managed to hit Ghosts and Goblins again is beyond me. I guess that's the power of randomness, right? At least you get to watch Ghosts and Goblins playing through while I am trying to figure out how to taper this screen again. Now, I believe it was a filter, so let's have a look at filters on the video player. Aha! So I found a filter called 3D Rotate, which must be the one that we were using. There we go. Okay, so now we just need to kind of it's already got the extra pixels around it, which is one of the things I did. Now I need to figure out why it is not tapered. Let's see. Whoa, whoa! Go home, TV, you're drunk. That's not really what I was trying to achieve. Let's see what we have. So it was Shader Filter by the amazing Exceldro that got updated. Now I need to see which of these. We have a whole bunch of sliders in here just to give you an idea of what I'm looking at. One says top left X and top left Y, top right X and Y, bottom left X and Y, bottom right X and Y. And we need to somehow manipulate these sliders to taper this screen and try and remember what we did last time, because let's have a look. Top left X. Okay, we don't want that. We don't want to touch top left X at all. Top left Y. Ooh, so we could... No, we want the other end tapering, don't we? So that needs to stay unchanged. So what about top right Y? That's the one we want. So if we say minus 70 on that, and then about top. Now to top right Y, we now want bottom right Y, maybe? Okay, there we go. Now we're looking a bit more like it was before. So what about if we do... We've got minus 70 on the other one, so if we have 70 on this, it should make it fairly uniform. That's pretty close to how it was before. Yeah, I think that's okay. Alright, good. Okay, so I'm going to delete the microphone from this scene again and then switch back to the main scene. So I will see you in uno momento. Okay, so the microphone is all back to normal. Okay. All right, so BRB TV not tapered, fixed. Okay, so let's shuffle these around again. And next we will have implement countdown function. JD, how you doing? Where I went to was the BRB screen. We had an issue with the TV showing on there that wasn't tapered after one of Exceldro's plugins got updated and reset it. Behind the veil, kayfabe broken. Yes. Okay. So we're looking now to implement a countdown function. So if anybody watching also streams and uses a countdown function on their stream, apart from One Lion, because he's already revealed his secret website that the fact he uses a website for his countdown, then feel free to let me know which one you use. So what I'm looking for really is a basic timer. You can say, okay, I want it to count down from this time, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 15 minutes. And then when it hits 0, I want it to say stream starting soon. I don't want it just to sit.
Set a timer for 5 minutes.
And, you know, if I had a Google Home, that would probably work if I just said that out loud. But that does seem like a little bit of a manual way of going about it. And I don't think that would display anything on screen. But I appreciate the input, Cortana and Dukasoft. Thank you. So yes, since we're already in the browser, we have the browser open. Let's have a look, see if there's anything available. What bot, if any, do you use? I use streamer.bot. If anybody wants a link to streamer.bot,
I'm listening.
there are some recipes for it. Okay. Hugin, how are you? Well, there goes my in-game romance, playing Dragon Age Origins and Ideals Romancing. Got isn't that just... Well, actually, no, it's not really typical of real life, is it? But isn't that just typical? So for anybody that is starting streaming or looking to change from what they're currently using, I can highly recommend streamer.bot. It mostly revolves around updating a text file and using that text file as a source in OBS. I'm curious why it would need a text file. Does it use like C# to store 10 minutes in the text file and then a second later it updates the text file to be a second less and then pulls that value? That seems a little convoluted. Well, I did use one a while ago and I think it might even have been from OBS. But if we do Twitch countdown, let's see what that gives us. Twitch countdown overlay configurator. We created a small tool which allows streamers to create and add a timer overlay to their streams. Aha! Horace John Games said countdown timer. Okay. Thank you. We will take a look at that one. In a momento. Create a small tool, blah, 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 blah. See below for the available options. In the sidebar on the left, you will find the links to the tools. I guess this would be the sidebar. Okay. A link to the tools as well as the help page. Here you can find detailed steps on how you can add the timers to your stream. Okay, maybe get some music back on. The following options are available. Countdown from hours, minutes and seconds. Creates an overlay which counts from specific defined hours, minutes and seconds downwards and stops by 0. Countdown to a specific date and time. So you could have like a countdown to Christmas or something, I suppose. countdown from hours, minutes, seconds. Let's have a look. Here you're able to create and countdown overlay for your Twitch stream. Simply put your values for the title, hours, minutes and seconds in the form below, and you can see the output in the preview section under the form. Also able to define the colour for the text in the ticker. Ticker? Why does it need a ticker? I don't want a ticker, I don't want anything scrolling across. Already got that. Just choose your colour and the preview will update with your new values. Okay, the title of your counter, leaf blank to hide. Yeah, we don't need a title. Well, as we could have, stream starting in, just to test it. It's going to be 10 minutes and 0 seconds. Get to choose the font. Is there anything? Oh, this one's a bit like what we use. That's quite nice, isn't it? You know, it just struck me that I had an idea yesterday, or maybe the day before, when I was thinking about this. And I was thinking, what about having a loading bar? Like a Windows type loading bar that has a percentage that counts up. And it counts up, I think the easiest way to do it is just to have it increment continuously, rather than trying to be clever and stop and then jump a few percent and then stop, which we can maybe look at later. But have a loading bar that is getting filled up, and then when it gets filled to the end, that's the 10 minutes rather than a countdown. I wonder if that would work. We could try that, couldn't we? I do like the idea of that. Oh, JD, extensions, streamer.bot, docs, topic 190. Let's have a look at this one. From good old Rundy. I like Rundy. Rundy also streams on Twitch. And not only does he stream streamer.bot stuff, but he also does IRL streams where he goes out and does DoorDash or he's on a bike ride. So you can definitely drop Rundy a follow. Run a countdown or count up timer and display in OBS on a stream deck, or check elapsed remaining time via Twitch chat. Download the StreamerBot file. Select import. Yep, import it. Blah blah blah. Holy cheese! How many actions? 11 actions, 9 commands. In OBS, add a scene called Countdown Timer. I did have a timer that I used to have on a previous iteration. I don't think it was this one though. In the timer code, edit the code, blah 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 blah. All configuration to the timer, blah blah blah. Settings, yada yada yada. Stream deck settings. Yeah, I don't think we'll need to have anything set up through the stream deck. Makes timer visible and starts the timer. See, that might be a problem. I don't want to have to send a command. Depending on how it's set up, if this command is linked to an action and we can call the action, we can run the action and tie it to when the stream starts. That might be the best option. Yeah, I don't know if this is a bit too involved for what we need. We'll put it on the list. And this is the one that Irish John uses. you to use a text source in OBS to show a countdown timer that updates in real time. Plugin appears as a dockable widget. Oh, this might be the one I had last time. I remember it had a dockable widget. It comes with options to display a message or switch scene when the counter reaches 0. Can we change the font? I guess we can. General settings, add a text source, select the docs menu, click on countdown timer. On the plugin, select a text source, set the timer, so blah blah blah. Okay, so this is using a text source rather than a text file. Click the set reset button to set the time to the timer and text field. Yeah, so it uses text fields to fill things in. This is the dog's butt of the ad break. Some would argue that all ads are dog's butt, so yeah, fair. Fair point, butt spot. Okay, blah blah blah. Option 2, set time to countdown 2, set hours, minutes, seconds. You can choose what to display. Yeah, I mean, I think this one's going to be simple enough. If we can set the font, which we should be able to because it looks like it's a standard text source. So we have 3 options. We will start with this one. We also have countdown timer in C, and we have this one here which we discovered, which I also quite like. I'm just not sure how tied into this specific website it is, because I know some places say, oh yes, we'll give you access to this, but you know, if their website goes down or something, then I end up with no countdown at the start of the stream. So let's start with this one, see how we get on. Okay, updates in real time as a dockable widget, comes options below message or scene. Switch scene when the counter reaches 0. Can you imagine that? Automatically switching scenes from BRB to the main display and the streamer wasn't ready. All of a sudden it goes ding and you're like, oh, hi, hello, yeah, I wasn't quite ready. Welcome in. I just want to make sure that once this is set up, there's no manual intervention whatsoever, and that it'll always just start at 10 minutes counting down if I switch to that scene. You have 2 ways to set the timer. Option 1, set the counter by manually setting the number of hours, minutes and seconds. Set time, okay. The end message feature will play. You measure when the timer hits 0, okay. Hotkeys. Alright, let's give this a try. It doesn't seem like it's rocket science to implement it. We know it works okay because Irish John uses it on his stream. So let's do a quick fancy pants shout out to the Irish heartthrob himself. Irish John Games. I'm sure everybody knows, and if you don't know him, you should know him. You should drop him a follow by clicking the heart at the top of the chat, because he's working on a game called Rise of Piracy. He has managed to land, pretty much like a fisherman lands a prize-winning fish, Microprose as a publisher. So why is his command not working? Okay. Well, let's have a look. It should trigger with the Irish command. It should trigger with the Irish John command. What's happened? Why are my commands not working? What's going on? Okay. I'll see how it is. Anyway, Irish John Games' Rise of Piracy game is so famous, if you just go to micropros.com, you'll see his game on the front page, as we're about to see here. Possibly, potentially, look at that on the front page. So get over to micropros.com, watch the amazing trailer, wishlist it on Steam. You can copy this link as well, put that in chat. Okay, and you get access to all the deliciousness up here, and just get it on your wish list, because in the not too distant, probably far off past future, this game is going to be released, and you'll want to know when that happens. Look, it is actually coming soon. You heard it here first, so get it on your wish list. And on that note, we will proceed with the countdown timer. So add an OBS. So follow these instructions. So let's head on over to the starting soon screen. Do I have the microphone on there? If not, I will add it in. Okay, you should be able to hear me okay now. Alright, so on that basis, this is the screen that we're going to have the countdown on, so it makes sense to start on here. And reading through the instructions. Step 1, add an OBS text source to your scene. So we will click on the plus. We will go for text GDI plus, as it's lovingly called. And we will call it countdown timer, because, you know, it kind of makes sense really, doesn't it, given that it's a, well, countdown timer. Okay, step 2, select the docs menu. I feel like we might have had to download something here, but let's see how we get on. Select the docs menu and click on countdown timer docs. Oh no, it's already there. I wonder if that's because we had it before. Click on countdown timer. Okay, should display the countdown dockable widget on screen, which it does. Does this let me dock it down here somewhere, maybe? Possibly? Somewhere? Ooh. Well, I'm trying to dock it very clumsily at the bottom of the OBS screen at the moment, and it's not really liking where I'm dragging it to. So let's see if we can put it somewhere that it'll be happy with. Trying to put it somewhere near captions. There we go. Okay. Alright, that's good. We have docked it. In the process, I have somehow squished up the screen, so let's see if we can change that. Don't want some smushing. Okay. Next step. Done step 1. Done step 2, either keep the plugin as a floating window or dock it. We've done that, so we've done step 3. On the plugin, select the text source you created in step 1 from the source drop-down menu. Okay, so we are going to scroll down and find text GDI countdown timer. There it is. Done. You have 2 ways to set the timer. Option 1, set it by manually setting the number of hours, minutes and seconds. Yes, that is what we want. Okay, click on the hours, minutes, second tab to manually set the countdown timer. Okay, so I'm going to unclick uncheck hours. We don't want that. We do want minutes and seconds. And period. So we want 0 hours, 10 minutes, 0 seconds. Okay. So what do we have next? Click the set reset button to set the time to the timer and text field. Click the set reset button. Set and reset timer. There. Look at that. We have 10 minutes. Okay, calm down, everybody. It's okay. Don't panic. All right. So, next step. Click the play button, right button, to start the timer. All right, we don't want to do that. Clicking the pause button will pause the timer. Shocker. To continue, press the play button again. After pausing, clicking the set reset button will reset the timer in the input fields. Okay, so let's give it a test. 10 minutes and go. Look at that. It's a thing of beauty. Okay, and we can pause it and we can reset it to 10. Good. All right, so I guess the question is now, how much control do we have over these buttons from StreamVOD? So let's have a look. Options, time display options. You can choose what to display on the text source, hours, minutes, and/or seconds. Click on the checkbox next to the unit of time you wish to display. As an example, selecting minutes and seconds only will show the time. Yes, we did that. End message. The end message feature will play a message, well, a measure it says, a message when the timer hits 0. Click the tick box next to message field to enable it. Enter the message in the text field that you want displayed when the timer runs out. Okay, so we have message and stream starting soon. Okay. Switch scene. The scene feature allows you to switch to a scene. No, we don't want to do that when the time runs out. It says you can set the following hotkeys: start countdown timer, pause countdown timer, set countdown timer, start countdown to time, stop countdown to time. Okay, so it says you can set the following hotkeys. It doesn't tell you how to set them. Let's have a look at the comments. Blah, 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 blah. No comments that help with that. For the most up-to-date user instructions, view the wiki. All right, let's have a look at the wiki. Well, for now, let's go back to the main scene. Okay, welcome to the wiki. To install it, yeah, we did all that. We did all that. Really, we just want to find out about the hotkeys. You can set the following hotkeys: start countdown timer, period, start button. Okay. That's weird. So is it just pressing the period key? Be an interesting shortcut. No, it can't mean that because it has time listed there and there's no time button. Connect to the OBS WebSocket connection. Okay, supports WebSockets as well. WebSocket hooks. To activate a function, you need to send a message. Still not clear on how you're supposed to set up these hotkeys. Curiouser and curiouser. One Lion, you're a bit of a GitHub person, aren't you? Not that this is really a GitHub question, but this is telling me about using OBS hotkeys. And it says you can set the following hotkeys. To start the countdown timer, period, start button. What does that even mean? Pause it, period, pause button. I mean, I can activate a hotkey in StreamVOD, but I need to know what it is, like Control Alt B or no idea. Yeah, it's not the clearest. What about if we do OBS countdown plugin hotkeys. Hotkey to start timer. There we go, someone else has the same question. That's weird word choice. Is the plugin link from Jern? I'll glance at it really quick. It's the one that Jern suggested, yeah. Is it possible to have a hotkey to start recording using the timer? That's my very question. I've set the timer for X length, but when I use the hotkey I assigned to start recording, it continues past the length of time I've set in the timer. What? It works for me with hotkeys. If I enable recording timer every time in the output timer config window, this is the switch that activates or deactivates the timer permanently. Start stop button is only a one-time thing. That it? Thanks for the help. Wait, what? What's it? What did I miss? Let's have a look. Definitely nothing in the countdown timer window. Just download OBS, a possible hotkey to start recording. Maybe this is not actually referring to the timer of the plugin that we're talking about. It's confusing. Even the page with installer download has a hotkeys section. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah. So I'm not sure how John is doing it at the moment. I can't believe that every time he starts a stream, he has to click on a button to start the timer. That is not. I'm not even going to entertain that idea. I can't switch scenes and then automatically have it start at the time I want. Then I'm not using it. The hotkeys, you can set hotkeys for all the buttons used in the plugin. How? Great plugin, quick suggestion, blah blah blah, blah 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 blah. I downloaded and installed, so I look in OBS. Thank you, online, appreciate it. I mean, I have the countdown timer panel or window docked, and I have everything set up I have the text source set. I have the message set to stream starting soon. I have the scene checkbox unchecked because I don't want to automatically switch scenes. I have it set to 10 minutes and 0 seconds. And then it's just the buttons for restart, pause and play, but there's nothing that gives any indication about hotkeys. Very weird. I mean, other people must be getting it, so I must be missing something. OBS. File. Settings. Oh, hang on. Wrong option. Let's try that again. File. Settings. Hotkeys. Okay, I don't think I've ever been into this screen. Got it. Start countdown timer. Thank you. Appreciate that one, Lion. I knew you'd be the one with the answer. I just knew it. That's why you're my fave, Lion. Thank you. Turkey? What turkey? Where? I don't see a turkey. What's going on? Dang it, missed him. Hello, Tyndall, welcome in. Good to see you. More water time. Okay. I'm going to have some flavoured water. Okay, so we can set up hotkeys, which is great, because that means then that I can call these hotkeys inside StreamVOD, which will allow me to start and stop the timer. In fact, I'll never need to stop it. I'll start the timer and then I'll be able to reset the timer, which is great. So what are we going to have for starting it? Control Shift Space to start it. Seems like a key combination that nothing else is going to use. Because I do have shortcut keys for the SnapCam filters as well, so I don't want to overwrite. I don't have any duplicates there. Okay, so all we need is start countdown timer. Then we need one for I just need to try and find the shortcut key for resetting it, because I see start countdown timer, which I have set, pause, set countdown timer, start time, stop time, copy transform, paste transform. Yes, Amat, I actually have 3 dogs. I have a miniature poodle called Pixie. I have a lab and I want to say pit bull mix, maybe, called Igni, and then what we affectionately call our Jersey cow, which is a big black and white dog called Milo. They're all rescues. And they're all a pain in my posterior. This is the part where I say I love them to bits. That's in the small print at the bottom with a little asterisk. Okay. Welcome in, Amat. Good to see you. The Dags. Is that how Australians pronounce it? The Dags. Toss a shrimp on the barbie. Go on. No, I can't really do accents. Let's not pretend I can. Okay, so Control Shift Space to start the countdown timer, but where's the reset? Refresh audio monitoring, refresh browser sources. There has to be a reset, right? Unless there's no reset, unless you just, that's what the set countdown timer is. Start, pause, set. Maybe it's set instead of reset. So we'll assume that it's set, and we'll have Control, Shift, Alt, Space, which also is a key combination that nobody else will have. So I'm going to take a screenshot of that so I don't have to keep going back into this screen. Okay, we will apply those shortcuts and OK that. And now we can test it. Oh, from Snatch, yeah. I'll just have to make sure that none of the dogs eat a squeaky toy. Is that right? Didn't the dog in that eat a squeaky toy and it wouldn't stop squeaking when it was walking around? Been a while since I've seen that. Alrighty. Oh, a Mr. Kotaku story. New Disney movie Wish could have big ramifications for Kingdom Hearts. Read more. Okay. Yep, sounds smart. Alright, so we're going to flip back to the... Well, in a minute, once Porky's finished making an appearance. Absolutely don't get pigs, because they just sit on your head like this and they want to wear lipstick and it's a whole thing. So definitely don't get pigs. Okay, so we're going to go to the starting soon screen so we can look again at the timer. And now we can test the shortcut keys that we just set up, the hotkeys. So in OBS, if I press Control, Shift and Space, we should see the timer start. Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas! Oh no, we're not even December yet. That works. Good. Snatch is pretty grim in a great sort of way. Isn't that the one where they have the classic line of "Can everybody stop getting shot?" Because that was hilarious, that scene. Okay, so that's working. Now let's see what this set countdown timer hotkey does. Control, Alt, Shift, Space. Absolutely nothing. Which is annoying, because that's what I was hoping would do the reset. Okay, so the good news is that we can at least start the timer. The not so good news is that we haven't found the shortcut key or the hotkey to reset it. So if we come back to the main display and go back into the screen that One Lion found for us, File, why do I keep clicking on the wrong one? File, Settings, and Hotkeys. Let me try typing in the filter at the top, see if reset is in there. Reset stats. Just type in the word timer. So we have start countdown timer, pause countdown timer, and set countdown timer. That actually doesn't help me. Start, pause, set, start countdown to time. I'm thinking that just switching scenes isn't enough to do the reset, is it? Because if it is, I'll be happier as a pig in muck, as they say. Let's cancel out of this. Let's go back to the screen and see if it's reset to 10 minutes or if it's still on 9 minutes something. No, still at what it was at. Oh, that's no good. That doesn't help me. Set and reset timer is a button. So why is reset timer not a hotkey? It makes no sense. Set and reset timer. File settings, hotkeys. Maybe it's this set countdown timer. Maybe we just need to try that again with a shorter list of keys. Let's just try the space bar for that one. apply. Okay. Back to the starting screen. Start it counting down again. And then try hitting space. No, because space is already a shortcut key, apparently in OBS, that brings up a menu. So that's not going to work clearly. So we'll go back to edit, no, file, settings, hotkeys. There's the hotkeys. Let's not use space then. Let's do Control Shift A. Let's do that for no real reason. And then over here, okay, that over here we'll do Control Shift A. It's not doing anything. Well, this is disappointing. I wonder if it carries on counting when you're not even on the scene. So that was on 7:59. So if we switch back now, yeah, continues counting down. All right, so we'll pause it. If we can't figure this out, we might have to consult the Irish heartthrob and see how he manages it. I'm not going in and resetting it manually every stream. I need to be able to set a shortcut key to reset it back to 10 minutes again. It's sad that I can't just see a shortcut key that says reset countdown timer. I mean, on a countdown timer, it has one job to do, really. Act as a countdown timer. And if start, pause, and reset aren't options, then it's a poor show. I'm not gonna lie. So let's have another look at the hotkeys. I must be missing something. Start countdown timer. We got that one sorted. Pause countdown timer. Set. I don't know what set countdown timer would do other than to reset it to what it was. Are you playing with the start countdown timer to and stop of the same? Yes. So start countdown timer. So start countdown to time would be, okay, let's start it and we're going to count down to a specific date and time. So like a countdown for Christmas Day. But start countdown timer just starts it counting down based on the number of minutes you've got it set to, which is what we need. So I have a hotkey set to start it, which we've tested and it works fine. But now we need to find the hotkey option that allows you to reset it. So when you have, as you can probably see one line because you've installed it, in the countdown timer window you have 3 buttons, and the first one is to set or reset, the second one is to pause, and the third one is to play. So I get that there's a start countdown timer hotkey, there's a pause countdown timer, but then the third one just says set instead of reset. And I don't get why there wouldn't just be a reset. I mean, I'm guessing that the top 5 hotkeys, these hotkeys are probably in order that they were added. So because the countdown timer is the last thing that we did, it has start, pause, set, and then the other start and stop. Feeling like it is this set one, but I don't. Unless the countdown timer has to run out completely before set countdown timer works. Maybe that's it. Let's try that. If we do Control, Alt, Shift, and Space like we had before, and then OK that. Set will set it to that number. If it was already that number, pressing set again will reset it to that time. Yeah, you see, I thought that, but I have it set to 10 minutes in the window, 0 seconds. We've started it counting down, but when I do the hotkey that I've got set up for set countdown timer, it didn't do anything. I'd have expected it to magically go back, jump back to the 10 minutes that we have it set as the default. So what I'm going to do is change it to 0 hours, 0 minutes, 10 seconds, and then go back to the starting soon screen. Here we have the 10 seconds, and I'm going to let the timer run out and then try it. Okay, so start countdown timer we have as Control Shift Space. Here we go. Ah, interesting. So it says stream starting soon. So now if we try Control, Alt, Shift and Space. There it is. So I think we're both right, One Lion. I think you either need to wait for the timer to run out, and then it'll allow you to do the reset, which is fine, because if it's going to be the starting soon timer, it's going to run out every stream anyway. Or if we needed to pause it for some reason and then reset it, then I think that would work too. So thank you for your help with that. Okay, so let's let it run out again, because what we need to do now is a bit of formatting. So if we drag the text we created down here, we already have starting soon, which is good, because that means I don't have to put starting soon. And what we might do, what we'd need ideally, firstly we're going to change this font, so the font is something similar to starting soon above it. Then we're going to see, once it ends, I think if we uncheck the message box, once it finishes it will just disappear. So let's try that. So we do start it off 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 3, 3, 2, 2, 2, 1, 1, 1. Well, why would you just start 0? Why would you not hide yourself? Guess maybe you can't do that. Okay. Alright, well, you want to make a challenge for me? Let's do this. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is set the font to what we need. So if we go in, select font, we're going to change it from Arial. We're going to go to Louise handwriting. Okay, and we need to change the color. Now, do we need this left justified or right justified? I'm thinking right, so that it doesn't jump around all over the place while it's counting down. So alignment we're going to do is right, which didn't seem like it changed anything. So let's do top for that one. Text transform, we don't want to change any of the transform. Okay, so we're now looking at changing the color. So the light green, I happen to have the hex code right here. We select color, put in the hex code. Okay, that should make it the same as starting soon. Hello, Mrs. Bit Gamey. I don't know if you have audio on or not, so I'm just going to wave like a maniac in case you don't. And I will see you later too. Okay, so we will jump back to the starting soon screen. We now have this countdown, which will hopefully work as intended. We did talk about the bar though, didn't we? Maybe we can start off with this and then we can see how easy it is to introduce a bar. Alright, so we'll start with this countdown timer because this is something we can use in other instances as well. On a previous iteration of the stream, I had a countdown timer for 2 minutes showing on screen to show when the cooldown for the Fancy Pants shout out had expired, so that we weren't getting the silly Twitch message of, oh, there's a cooldown, you've got to wait a bit longer before you can do another shout out. Okay, so I think we can probably, based on people watching on monitors, not so much so on their phone, we can probably shrink this down to be next to starting soon. Maybe not that close. So if we have it there, and then we have it being 10 minutes and 0 seconds again, and then we click start. Oh, reset. Okay, so it starts at 10 minutes, countdown. No, I didn't like that. It's supposed to be right justified, but it's not, because it wouldn't have jumped like that, would it, otherwise? So let's go back to it. Let's open it up again. It says alignment right, but I don't think this alignment is working. Because if I say left, it does nothing. If I say center, it does nothing. It's not moving it around. So is the GDI text part of OBS broken? Is it balked maybe? Why is it not formatting that like it should be? Okay, well let's try plan B, because I have another. How does the text completely fill the box? No, it does not completely fill the element. That's why we have a border that goes slightly wider. However, the fact that the box is bigger than this, I would assume. Let's drag it. I don't know. You see, I'm resizing it based on the bounding box size. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe we need to go into the bounding box, go into the transform rather than the element itself. Edit transform. So we have top left. So if we change that to top right. Let's see. Maybe that's what we need. I feel like we need to come down 1 pixel because I'm fussy like that. Transform, edit transform. Let's put that over here. And then we have 813 from the top. I think that's still a pixel too high. Let's try 816. Maybe one more. 17. Alright, let's see how that looks. So we'll reset, we will play. It's still jumping around, isn't it? Look, it's not. It's not good. That annoys me, things like that. Let's reset it. We can't put it, we can't align it center because that will do the same thing, and we can't align it left because as soon as it changes from 10 to 9. And then if the width, I'm not sure there's any way around this. I guess I'm using a font that has characters that are not all the same size. Let me have a think about that. Run to the bathroom real quick. I'll be right back. League of Legends on console. Huh. Do you know if there are any plans to release League of Legends on console? Okay, so I know there's a mobile version. Don't know where the best place to ask that question would be. I guess a League of Legends forum, maybe. But yeah, I'm definitely not a good resource for League of Legends questions. So if it was released on console, which console would you want it released on, Hugin? What's your platform of choice? Are you a Microsoft man? Are you a PlayStation person? Or are you ready to switch it up on the Nintendo Switch? Okay, so after some careful consideration on the starting soon screen, I've decided the issue is caused by using a font width that doesn't have a fixed width. So my choices are use a different font, which I'll sooner not, or have it very slightly moving about, which is just something that's going to niggle me and I'm just going to have to live with. So I think we're just going to go with that. So with that said, we click play now just to test it. It's not the end of the world, is it? I mean, it's okay. It does make me want to look into this bar a bit more though. And obviously if we did put a bar on this screen, it would have to go over the other animated bar in the middle. Which might be interesting, trying to scale that correctly. I know, it should be alright. We should be able to fit a bar in there and then just have a percentage on the end of it. Both Xbox and PlayStation. Ooh, look at Hugin with the multi-consoles. My goodness. I have a classic Xbox, so the first iteration. I think we have a 360 somewhere that one of the kids used to play on. But I have a PS2 myself, and I know my kiddos have, well, two of them have a PS4 and one has a PS5, so I guess mostly a PS household. Okay, so the countdown timer is working. The shortcut keys are working. What I need to do now is set up StreamVOD so that this can work correctly. So we will switch back to, well, we'll pause it for now. We'll switch back to the main display and close out this. We can close out the wiki. We can leave it open on this for now. And let me fire up, well, open up the StreamVOD window. And what are we going to have here? Face is probably very white at the moment because StreamVOD does not have a dark mode, which people have been getting onto Nate for some time, the creator of StreamVOD, requesting it, but you know, he's been working on function rather than form, and he wants to get things implemented that it can do rather than just how it looks. So who knows, maybe the next release will have it. But before then, we need to set up a new command, and it's for the countdown timer, so we can probably put the action inside. Where would it best fit? OBS actions? Not really. It's not a redemption. It's not a shout out. It's not a social command or a sound command. Nothing to do with stream up widgets. I see we have a timer. A timer group that has all of the timers in it, I think from when I used it before. But we don't need those now because that's for a different timer thing, so we'll go ahead and press delete. Delete 9 actions. Hold your breath. Gone. Alright, so what we can do now is we will create a new action. We will also put it in a new group called timer. And then we will call the action. Start timer, because, you know, that's what it'll be doing. Okay, so in this timer command, start timer, what do we want to do? We want to call the shortcut key or the hotkey that we set up. So how do we call hotkeys? Let me go back and check on one of the snap cameras and find keyboard press is what it's called. So I'll copy that sub action, go back to timers, go back to the start timer action, paste sub action, and then the keyboard press we want is Control Shift Space. Control Shift Space. Okay, and that starts the timer. And what will be the trigger to start the timer? The trigger will be from OBS streaming started. Boom. Okay, so every time we start the stream now, it should do the shortcut key that starts the timer. So what we need now is we need a way to reset the timer. So when the timer counts down to 0, well, see, this is what we need to do. We have a trigger so that when we start streaming, automatically it does the shortcut key for the timer. And that's all it does. So when the timer counts down to the end, it'll hit 0. And because we didn't put an end message in there, it'll just sit there doing nothing. We don't want that. We want it to count down, and then when it's finished counting down, we want to hide the timer. Have an Xbox One, at least consoles have Smite. Yeah, true. Reminds me of, was it Evan Almighty? Or was it the first one? That film with Jim Carrey. Smite me, Mighty Smiter or something. Jim Carrey. Oh, that's hot. I took the liberty of refilling my coffee cup while I was BRBing. Okay, so what we were saying is we're going to have the keyboard press. It kicks off the timer. Then, after 10 minutes, so I'll introduce a delay. Introduce a delay of 600,000 milliseconds, which would be 10 minutes. And then after that delay, we are going to do another shortcut key. And let's copy that sub action, paste the sub action. Go away, fly. And this shortcut key will be the one that does the reset, and that's Control Alt Shift Space. Okay, and then let's make sure you get this. Don't want to do that. Actually want to hide the timer. So we're going to do set source visibility state. And the source that we want to hide is in scene, starting soon. And it is called countdown timer. Okay. So after 10 minutes, after it started the timer, it will then hide the timer. And then what we're going to do we then want to bring back on the timer and assume, no, we can't really. So what we need is another action. So we will copy, we'll duplicate the action we have that was called start timer, and we'll have this one be called reset timer. And the trigger for reset timer will not be when OBS streaming starts, it'll be for when OBS streaming stops. So we need OBS streaming stopped. And when OBS streaming stops, what do we want to do? We want to run the hotkey to reset the timer so it's ready for next time. So we want Control Alt Shift Space. Okay. And then we don't want any delays or anything, but we do want to make sure that the countdown timer is visible. So we want to reset it and make sure it's visible when we stop. So yes to that, delete that, back to start timer. And the start timer one, we had it setting it to visible, but it should have been hidden after it hits 0. Kiora! It's too orangey for crows. Thank you, Matt, for that hydrate redemption. Now I will have a little sip of my coffee. Alright, just give me a moment, take care of this text message. Okay, so we'll just recap what we have. We have 2 new actions in StreamVOD. We have one called Start Timer that does the shortcut key to kick off the 10-minute countdown. It then waits for 10 minutes, and then after that 10 minutes it hides the timer. So as soon as it hits 0 in theory, it should be hidden, so it's not on screen anymore. So if I'm not sitting watching the countdown for the last few seconds to switch to the correct scene, it will just hide it and the screen will still say starting soon. Now when I end the stream, it will call the action called reset timer, which will then do the keyboard hotkey to reset it back to 10 minutes, and then it will also enable the timer again so you can see it on screen. Abadoo, how you doing? Good to see you. So, in theory, that should work. So if we jump back to the starting soon screen to have a look at the timer. So that's the timer as it looks at the moment. So it should continue counting down until it gets to 0 when we start the stream, and then when it gets to 0, it should get hidden. Since we're not going to wait 8 minutes to try it out, and we need it to still be set to 10 minutes for the reset, then I'm going to go ahead and reset it manually. I'm going to hide it. And next stream, which will be on, I'm not ending the stream before anybody thinks we're ending at the moment. Next stream on Wednesday will give us a chance to test this, see if it actually starts counting down from 10 minutes. So we will see then. So implement countdown function. Check. Done that. Okay, back to the main screen. Okay. So that is now implemented. Verify redemptions based on time of year. Okay, so this is what we discussed earlier. So there will be seasonal redemptions that you can use channel points for. So I had some for Halloween. I'm going to have some for Christmas. Thank you, One Line. My coffee is extra tasty. Yes. My coffee is extra tasty. It is caffeinated today, which is an occasional treat for me because usually I have a pot of decaf. It is definitely welcome, and especially welcome with it are McVitie's Hobnobs rolled oat and whole wheat biscuits. Does it get any better than chocolate Hobnobs? I think not. And not just that, but a chocolate Hobnobs box with a ring light showing on it. Look, that's pro streamer right there. Okay. So we have the countdown timer, and now we're talking about verifying redemptions based on the time of year. Now we set something up for this in StreamVOD, but I don't believe it worked correctly because when we started streaming in November, the Halloween redemptions should have been hidden, but they were not. So what we can do to test this is we can firstly have a look at an action we put in. We have two actions called enable on cam scenes and disable on non-cam scenes, which allows us to toggle which redemptions are on based on whether we're on a scene that has a webcam or no webcam. Because what I don't want is people wasting their points on redemptions to do things like turn me into an anime character if there's no webcam on screen, because it's just a waste. So we just need to make sure that when we jump in between scenes and we're enabling and disabling redemptions, that we're not enabling and disabling any of the seasonal redemptions. We leave those untouched, because otherwise, without additional checks, we're just going to end up turning on redemptions, seasonal redemptions, when it's not the right time of year. But looking at these two actions in StreamVOD, we're not doing that. So I don't think that's going to be a problem. The only ones at the moment that we're disabling on non-webcam scenes in OBS is Anime Me, Dropping Dogs, Bitly the Kid, and then for some reason Hydrate. I don't know why Hydrate's in there, since there's nothing webcam related on Hydrate, but anyway. So the way to test whether this is actually working, in fact we can't really test if it's actually working. I was going to say set up a new redemption that is only valid in December and then see if it comes on, but let's have a look. Let's find out. I'm not even sure what we put in place to handle this. Is it under moderating? Ads, blacklist, bot watch, chats, lockdown, show browser. Oh, it probably makes sense that it's in a redemptions list, right? I'm not seeing it in there. I really need to do a spring clean of StreamVOD because there's a lot in here that is still overspill from the previous iteration that I don't even use anymore. I mean, the hide spinning cube that we had in the corner that we don't have now. We used to have a magic 8 ball. One of the early iterations had a silent movie highlight text redemption and a Star Wars trash compactor, which are disabled in here but are still in there. Just the more you have, the more difficult it is to find things. I'm struggling to find. Here we go. I think I'm, after saying struggling to find, I actually found it. So I have a streamer bot action called check date. My water keeps evaporating so fast, or there's a leak in the bottle. I keep reaching for my bottle and it ends up being empty. Maybe you're just so in the zone, One Lion, you're not realizing how much you're drinking. And maybe it is actually disappearing, but it's disappearing inside One Lion. Did you consider that option? If you don't have a wet desk, I'm going to say that you're probably drinking it and not realizing. Okay, so what we have is we have some code to determine the current month. It works out the day, the month, and the year. And when it works those out, I have a variable called month, which will tell me which month we currently are. And so it says if the current month is equal to 6, which is June, then enable the Pride Month redemptions. If the current month is 10, which is October, then enable the Halloween redemptions. So weird. No, that doesn't sound right. It's not really fair. Yeah, now you mention it, I just feel silly now. I knew you'd come up with the answer though, because you are the answers person, One Lion. You came up with answers earlier for OBS. You've now come up with fairy answers for hydrations. I mean, I don't know what it is, but you just seem to have all the answers. Okay. So the way we have it set up is we have an action for each month. So there's an action called Enable Rewards June or Disable Rewards June, which it will do when the stream starts. It will determine which month we're in. You do live with some fairies. I did not know that. So now your solution makes even more sense. Clearly that explanation relating to fairies, given that you live with fairies, I don't know why we didn't get there quicker, to be honest. So if current month equals 6, enable rewards June. So what we're looking for, we need to now duplicate these. So if I duplicate and duplicate, and instead of check for October, we change this to check for December. And then if current month equals 12, but what we need to do is we have enable rewards June, disable rewards June, enable rewards October, disable rewards October. So if we duplicate enable rewards October and we duplicate disable rewards October and rename them, that will give us enable rewards December and disable rewards December. And then we can go back to the check date and update the do actions to, instead of being enable rewards October, being enable rewards December and disable rewards December, and then OK that. So now if we go to Enable rewards December. Disable the one we have in there, which is the Halloween Ghostface TTS, because it was a copy of the October one. And then also the disable rewards on there. Disable. Okay. Their names, some of them need to be renamed though, are Adelia, Noria, Shu, Kesley, Cora, Diora, and Relira. Which one would you like to know about? Oh, this feels like a one-line redemption. Entropic, welcome in. How are you doing? Hope your day is going well. Good to see you. We're just talking about the fairies that live with One Lion. So I think this should be a redemption on One Lion's channel, because he has given us a list of the fairies' names that he lives with, and is now offering to give us more information about said fairies. Ooh, good landing, Entropic. So you'll consider anything a good landing that is actually in the leaves, because I don't think I've ever scored. I think one time on Nerdwino's stream I managed to blag a sub because I got over 99 on his stream. 98.5. Once I get further on in the story, I was testing my QA knowledge base. Okay, so still waking up. Yeah, I think I'm still waking up, and it's like nearly 4 p.m. Okay, so the one that we're going to have more information on, I think at this point, is Kesley, One Lion. There, I said it. I picked a name at random, not just because it was in the middle. About 2 p.m. Oh, okay. 3 subs in my stream. I need to find out whose idea that was and put a stop to it. I know, right? Crazy times. Who gives away free subs in their channel? That's a whole bunch of nonsense right there. Let's give a fancy pants shout out to Mr. Nerdwino himself. Nerdwino, who knows everything there is to know about space. Absolutely everything. There's nothing you can't ask him about space that he doesn't know. So you should follow him if you're not already. Go to his stream, watch him when he's streaming, and he has amazing mods in his stream like Entropic Universe, and he has 100% of all the knowledge, as he just admitted, on account of being an actual scientist. Do you know what surprises me? We started the stream today with a poll, and not one person has mentioned the poll. The poll being, there will be some merch which is shown on stream today, and whose merch will it be? And we had the option of Nerdwino. It was a draw. But it wasn't like a, hey, pick one for me to promote. It was actually, I'm wearing a shirt today, which is from a streamer. And it wasn't about me choosing. It was, maybe I could have worded it better. It was, okay, I have some merch that I received today that I'm going to promote or show on stream. So who is it from? Whose merch is it? So was it Nerdwino's? Was it Science Streams? Was it Irish John Games? Or was it in fact somebody else? A different streamer? But the funny thing is, I don't even know where to close this now. I had a poll. I was going to close the poll out, and now I don't even see it. I don't see it under redemptions. It's not at the top of chat. So yeah, I have no idea. So Nerdwino is going with Irish John, which would be wrong. Any more guesses? So we have Nerdwino, Science Streams, or an other streamer. Well, let me put you all out of your misery. I don't know if Balint is still around. He may be doing worky-lurky. But it is, in fact, Balint's merch. Look, we have science, like magic, but real. And there you go, there's Antonia on the shirt itself. So I have it on good authority that this shirt was direct from Balint's merch store, and it was purchased for me by the lovely Travel the World 604, who quite often appears in people's streams and does giveaways. She offers merch up for giveaways in the streams. She makes coffee donations. A very generous person, and one of my favourite Canadians, I have to say. So thank you very much to Travel the World for my shirt. Thank you to Balint Science Streams for having it available on your merch store. And I believe if the Balint, well, it helps if you can spell, the Balint command works. There we go, there's a link to Balint's merch store, sciencemedia.com//shop. Alrighty. Thank you. Amat, you are welcome. My knowledge base responded with, Dag, it's a lot. Let's see if I can summarise. She is a member of the Order of Fey Garden. Her character is associated with the colour green, and she is derived from a Camel Soulbreaker character we roleplayed in Lineage 2. It also gave the correct information about the events we have ideas about in our story surrounding her. She gets kidnapped by Rothmar. She undergoes the Steel Razor qualification test. She fought in the Necropolis Wars. Whoa, that's a lot of information right there, one line. That is a lot of information. Okay, well, I appreciate you doing that knowledge sharing with us. Thank you. So, back to the redemptions. Do we still have... I'm not sure if we still have StreamerBot on here that we can enable as a window capture. Maybe? There it is. Okay. So just to recap, we have a check date action here that says when OBS starts, when you start streaming, it runs this code to determine the date and says, okay, if the current month is June, then enable the rewards for June, actually. So if current month is 6, enable rewards for June, run action immediately, then break. I think this is the problem that we're having. We didn't put the break in. So it was saying, okay, if the month is June, enable June, then disable June. We didn't want to do that.
What do prisoners use to call each other? Cell phones.
Cell phones. I get it. Thank you, Entropic, for that dud joke. So if we change all these to break, I think we should be good. Okay, so now what we need to do, let's turn off StreamerBot for a minute. I used to have, on a previous stream, a dancing Santa because, you know, every streamer in December should have a dancing Santa. And he used to dance, when he did dance, in the chat window, but the chat window in the old iteration is where my head is now. Why does it feel like this is running really slowly today and I'm like running at 2 frames per second? It's showing 0.0% dropped frames. But when I look at myself in the OBS window, it is a bit... It only recently started lagging. Let me see what else is running. I'm still trying to get a new processor for the PC, which will hopefully get around some of these bottlenecks. Okay, well, we'll wind things up shortly anyway, and then hopefully next time things won't be so glitchy. Okay. So, Dancing Santa that we used to have, let me... well, let's enable StreamVOD again so you can see the window, so you're not staring at nothing. I'm sorry for those being blinded by the light mode. So we used to have Santa dance, and when he was activated, he used to be enabled, dance for 240,000 milliseconds, and then be hidden again. And he was in the main display and was called Dancing Santa 1, but he doesn't exist anymore, because even though StreamVOD has one instance, it can point to whatever you're doing in OBS. So whether I'm in this iteration or a previous iteration, yeah, it's pointing to objects now that used to exist in my main display, but don't exist because we've switched to a new collection now and have a new setup. So what about if we hide the StreamVOD window, go back to here, and let's have a look, see if we can find a Dancing Santa. Dancing Santa green screen, how about that? Santa Claus Fortnite dances. He's annoying, keep seeing him. No, that's not what I'm looking for. Yeah, sorry about your isentropic. Yeah, I don't really know. Might stop showing StreamVOD on screen just because it's a bit blinding. Right, this jolly old fellow. He's got some moves like Jagger. What do you think? Should we get him dancing on the stream? I like that. I like that he walks on, does it. Did he walk on or did he just appear? Oh, I think he just appeared. Sing along, Entropic. You triggered it. For the rest of your days, it's a problem-free philosophy. Kuna Matata. I don't like this guy so much. Why would you have a Santa green screen that walks off when he's finished, which is great, but doesn't walk on? Well, I guess we can still use him. Let's duplicate that tab and we will keep that one in our back pocket for now. Let's see if we've got another jolly fellow. Nope, we don't want an actual person, thank you very much. Don't want any of that nonsense. Nope, don't like him either. Oh my goodness. That's another human, we don't want humans. Just reverse the vid. I could reverse the vid. That's what I did with the Kevin video when he was tweaking the dial for the Halloween Redemption that seemed to freak people out more than have them enjoy it, so I turned it off. The only downside to reversing the video is I'd have to put the whole video in reverse on the end. So if I reverse the video and just play the reverse one, he would walk on and do the dance but then disappear. Or if I do what I did with Kevin and have a video in reverse and a video in forward, join the two together, that would work, but I just don't know if it would be too long a video for the redemption. Let's have a look. How long is the actual video itself before he walks off? I mean, that might work. No, that wouldn't work. Because if we play this in reverse, he's going to walk backwards into the scene. So if we played it in reverse, he's going to go walk backwards into it. What we'd need to do is mirror image it, and I don't even know if I have anything that can do that. Alright, let's keep looking. Actually, that's fine. He doesn't need to walk on, does he? I'm being too fussy. Okay, so we will close out this window. We want to download this one. So we will YouTube vvvit.com. Brings us to here. Should give us the option to download it. Oh, it's messed up. Don't like when it messes up like that. Okay, so let's try it again. Hit this up here. VVV. I don't know why it does that sometimes, whether it's just when it gets busy. What it should do is give you the options for video and audio, just here like this. Okay, we want to do convert to video, 720p is the highest we're going to get. Download. Now bear in mind this is going to be the whole video, meaning the other Santa that we didn't want as well. So now I need to fire up Camtasia. And then when Camtasia finally wakes up, we will load in the video that we just downloaded. Put it on the screen instead. I don't want to blind you with more light mode. Okay, Camtasia, where are you? Are you still opening? You're still opening. This is why I need a new CPU. Alright, so now Camtasia is open, maybe, possibly, potentially. Cyber Monday sale, 25% off Camtasia 2023. Upgrade now. Well, let's see how much the update will cost. I'm thinking probably not, because Camtasia is pricing itself out of my market. I'm thinking of switching to DaVinci Resolve if this continues. So let's have a look. Camtasia. We've got 25% off for Cyber Monday, which I'm guessing is off the full package. I'm not sure if it's off the upgrade price as well. Cyber Monday sale, 25% off Snagit, Camtasia, Audiate and more. So you got $225 to buy it. What about the upgrade price? Learn more. Okay, well, we're not doing it. Making it too difficult to find the upgrade price. I'm not even thinking about upgrading, so there you go. Okay, so now we need to import media. We need to import Santa video that we just downloaded. And when this imports fully into Camtasia, we can then drag it down onto the track. And then dance, 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 dance. He waves, walks off. I'm going to cut off the end of the video where it has the Santa that we don't need. Delete. I'm going to zoom in so we can trim off the last little bit and get the cut just in the right place. Okay, which is there. Delete the last section. And then what we can do is, we don't just want him dancing silently, do we? The problem is, we need to see where we can find some Christmas music that he can dance to that's not going to get a strike against us. So now we have him up here, does his dance, waves, walks off. Okay, so we can export, local file, next, MP4, next, size, video settings, audio settings, there's no audio, so we're good, next. Next, we're going to call it Santa Dancing 2023. And let's create a new folder in my Twitch stream stuff folder. Oh, we already have, I was going to say called Christmas, but it looks like we already have one. Okay, I see why we have one. So we'll save that in there. Finish. Alright, Santa. Almost ready to launch you on the screen. Some Twitch nodes are still labelled Justin.tv. Sorry, off topic, I was looking into the lag issue for myself. Oh, okay. FQDN. Alright, so now we have Santa, we've exported his video, so we need to go to the redemptions or redeems scene, which I think would just be a mic. Yep, just the mic, so you should still be able to hear me. So we'll click on the plus and we will have a new group. And we will call that group Christmas. Because why not? Oh my goodness, my PC is definitely on a go slow. Fully qualified domain name. Ah, thank you. I wasn't familiar with that acronym. Right, a group called Christmas. Inside the Christmas group, we are going to add... Oh my goodness, so laggy, come on. Encoding overloaded. Consider turning down video settings or use a faster encoding. What? OBS encoding overloaded. How to fix OBS encoding overloaded. Blah blah blah. They're all sponsored, don't want sponsored. The encoding overloaded message in OBS appears when the encoder skips more than 0.1% of frames. This can happen for a number of reasons, including low disk storage, nope. High CPU usage, yep. High screen resolution, nope. Third-party streaming application conflicts, nope. Alright, so yeah, I just need to get a new CPU. Alrighty, so in the group Christmas, we're going to add a new media source. We're going to call it Media Source Dancing Santa. When you were lagging, saw some malformed network packets, wanted to investigate. Oh, thank you, Entropic. Okay, we'll call the media source Dancing Santa, and the local file we're going to have is the file we just created in Twitch stream stuff and Christmas and Santa Dancing 2023. Do we want it to loop? No. Do we want to restart playback when the source becomes active? Yes. Do we want to use hardware decoding when available? If we can. Show nothing when playback ends? Correct. Close file when inactive? Correct. Speed is going to be 100%. Click OK, and we should see our Dancing Santa. There he is. Now the observant amongst you will notice, firstly he's not in the centre. A quick press of Control D will fix that. And also he has lovely green screen background, which those of you in the know will appreciate that we have to add a chroma key filter to this video. And chroma key color green. So we'll do chroma key filter green. Okay, so it's green and close. And now this time if we restart it, there he is in all his glory. The transparent background, not a bit of green in sight. Unless his underwear is green, in which case still not in sight but in the scene. So what we can do now is if we temporarily set this to loop just so that it stays on screen. Set it to loop. Okay, and if we go back to the main display, there we have Santa. What we want really is not him dancing up there floating in midair. If we can bring him down a little bit so he can dance. Actually, I don't know, that might be low enough because he's already coming pretty close to that bar. I don't want him overstepping the scrolling message. And he walks. But he walks off. That's what we need to fix, where he walks off. So we need to make it so that he walks off the side of the screen. So he needs to walk off just there. So if we go back to redeems, and then we have it just there. If we go back now to main display, let him do his little thing. And this time when he walks off, he should disappear into the frame, or at least look like it. But he will overlap my webcam image, which might be a problem. We might have to make him smaller. He's quite a big Santa. Look, let's see if he disappears into the side of the frame. Okay. So he does, but we need him smaller. I like the fact that he's in the middle of the screen and dancing. But since we can't mirror image this and have him walk off the other side, he has to walk off this side. Okay. Alright, so we need him to be just there. Go back to redeems. And what I need to do is to shrink him to about there. If we go back to the main display, he should do his funky thing and then walk off and disappear, or look like he's disappearing behind the frame without kicking me in the head on my webcam frame. Bye! Don't forget, I'm on the nice list. Alright. That works. So now we need to stop it looping. Back to redeems. We get it, Santa. You got some moves. Okay. I wasn't being mean, by the way, when I said that. I don't want to end up on the naughty list. Okay, so turn off loop. Okay. And now to back to the main display. Set it up as a redemption. So over to StreamVOD. Over to platforms and Twitch and channel point rewards. And add a new one. Obviously the background colour on this is going to be red because hello, Christmas. And I'm going to call this, what can we call this? Moves like Santa. Make the jolly fellow Buster move on screen. Alright, so we're going to say that he will be not restricted, but we will have a cooldown. So global cooldown of, what should we say? Don't want to overdo him, do we? We don't overwork him. 15 minutes maybe, and 900 seconds. Okay, it's enabled, it's not paused. Cost, so for now is 9999 just to test it. Say okay. We didn't set it in the correct group. In the live group. Okay, so we look at the redemptions now. We have one that says moves like Santa. So now we just need to link it to the action. Let me let the dogs out and I will be right back. That's enough Indiana Jones for now. We turned loop off on Santa, so I'm thinking once he's finished dancing and he disappears off screen, that he won't come back. Let's see. They're going to give us a quick wave and then disappear. Maybe. Possibly. Bye. Okay. Alright, so we're going to wrap up this Santa for now. I'm going to have to try and find some DMCA free music I can have him dancing to. But we just need to tie the Santa to the channel point rewards. So I'm going to go into actions. Let's turn the streamer bot back on. Mind your eyes, everybody. Get your sunglasses on. Okay, so Santa dance. We can use this existing command that we have. We're not going to have that as the trigger. The trigger, we're going to have a reward redemption, and the reward redemption will be moves like Santa. Okay, so now when people select that redemption, it'll run these commands. What we need to do now is we need to find in the redeem. Okay, we have a dog causing chaos. One moment. Okay, all right. Dog being on the chair that shouldn't be on the chair, and a big clatter behind me. Okay, so we're in redeems, and we have media source dancing Santa that we want to be visible. And if we duplicate that and delete that one, we then want him to be hidden when it's finished. Okay, now we need to know how long the video lasts so that we know how long to delay it before we hide the media source. So if we jump back to redeems and find his video, do a restart, it's 30 seconds. So back to the main display. Ooh, Nerdwino with the fancy fireworks. Alright, I think this PC is slowly grinding to a halt, so I think we're probably going to raid out very shortly and try the new raid out feature that we worked on last stream that didn't really seem to work, and I managed to get it working offline, so we will see. Tacos tonight, hence the bong for Taco Bell. Alright, Entropic, appreciate it. Thanks for stopping by and thanks for the lurk. We are going to raid out within the next 5 minutes because things are slowly grinding to a halt. I can't really stream at 2 frames per second, what it seems like. And funnily enough, it is not the stream that's causing the issue. It is, in fact, not even my bandwidth connection. There we go, Taco. Well triggered, Nerdwino. It is in fact my PC, so definitely got to get that CPU upgraded. Alrighty, on that note, we are going to raid out. Let me see who is on my list of friendos that we can raid out to. I need to raid and run, so I think we're going to raid out to Irish John Games tonight. So it'll be a good time to test out our new raid out stuff. Okay. Alright, so let's see if this works, shall we? We're going to switch to no one line. Thank you. You make it a fantastic time. Yes, it is time to raid Irish John. Thank you, Nodwino. Appreciate you being here, as always. So we're going to switch to the end scene now, stream ending scene. And hopefully you can still hear me, because I do have the mic in here and I can see in the audio mixer that the Yeti is hearing me, so hopefully you're hearing me. And we will go ahead and raid out to the amazing, the inimitable Irish John Games. So let's see if this is going to work today, and the new raid out function is going to look nice, so hold on to your hats. Alright, so the problem might be that it's set as a mature stream, and I know there's something in StreamVODs I have to run to make sure this works okay as a one-time thing. So let me see if I can find it very quickly. Stream up tools, minim raid out, approve mature stream, test trigger. Alright, so I'm going to cancel it. I'm going to try it one more time. Mature. That'll be the day, right? Okay, we're going to try it one more time, and if the raid out thing doesn't work, then I'll look at that offline and we'll go ahead and raid anyway. Now, this is the part where it actually should bring up something on screen, but it's not, and I think it's purely because it's the mature audience flag. But anyway, we're going to go across and we're going to see Irish John. And let's see, maybe even some raid out text would be a good idea at this point. But, you know, if you want to, go ahead and copy that. If you don't, we can still be friends. And I will see you on the next stream, which should be, all being well, Wednesday at 1:30 Central.